Hi, if you watched my previous video, you would know that I'm currently studying abroad. Honestly, my life here was pretty rocky and challenging, but it is also an eye-opening experience for me, so I've never felt regretful about my decision of moving here. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys another story of my life. It's about how I met my boyfriend and why I chose this idea to talk about. Cause I stopped believing in love, true love, for a very long time until I've met him. The person matched my personality so perfectly. And now, let's get started. Back in 2018, I just came out from a bitter relationship, so I wasn't really looking for someone. Having another lover is not in my bucket list. I was scared of moving on and loving another guy. I got my hands full of studying on the day. I have a girlfriend, let's call her Miss Q. One day, Miss Q told me she knew a guy, and let's call him T, who has a lot of similar things like me, like the way I talk, the way I think, and I should meet him. I didn't like having a relationship like someone hooks up or sets up everything for me, but Miss Q kept reminding me about how cute this guy is and how sweet he is. She kept hyping him up. He was like really rooting for this guy. Fast forward 4 months later, Miss Q decided to give him my phone number. He messaged me when I was sleeping. I still remember this text clearly. After reading his text, I decided to reply back. We chatted for hours about all our favorite things and then a little bit more serious about our past relationship and what we expect. It was so easy to talk and we stayed up until 4 a.m. We have a very special connection. We talked about many things even we just barely knew each other. During 4 days of testing, he asked me out many times, but I was still afraid of seeing a guy. However, eventually I agreed to meet him. It was around 9 p.m. when I opened the door. For some reasons, I was just drawn to this guy. It was kind of a supernatural thing. I was impressed him because of his raspy, deep voice, but his appearance and his style were a little bit like a player. He roved me around the beach in many random beach dark roads because it's kind of late and we did not have any place near to go. Actually, my heart was racing so bad, and I tried to keep myself calm by keep saying in my head, okay, at least he doesn't look like a serial killer. But it's one of the bossy things I've ever done in my life. But at the end of the day, we had a lot of fun. You know, when you first meet someone and you have such a connection with them, you just want to know everything about them, and knowing everything about someone takes a long time. But we just like absorbing all information at a single night. The next day, I had a trip for my holiday break. During one day of this trip, I couldn't help myself stop thinking about him. Staring at my phone and waiting his message were literally on things I did when I was at that trip. I couldn't stop remember about the day with T. It was like the coolest day I've ever been in my life. And after 3 days, I got back to Florida and he wanted to pick me up at the airport. However, something unexpected happened. He told me he wanted to meet his ex-girlfriend. My goal was up, battery was up. I wanted to go back to my lonely days. However, his ex was nice to me. He talked to me good things about T. It is pretty hard to hear compliments from ex, you know, so I tried to keep it simple and gave us another change. After meeting his ex-girlfriend, he spent the rest of the day with me. I did a lot of crazy things and ended up with his kids at the beach. All of a sudden, I felt he's the ones in my life, and it's hard to put into words like, you know, love is a weird thing and it's more about feeling. If you like someone, you can explain like why you like them because certain things they do for you. But when you love someone, you cannot explain. It's all about feeling. We've become a couple from that moment. It was an epic night. Since then, we become closer and closer. We shared on series. At the end of last year, we decided to move out and live together. Living with boyfriend is not easy as I thought, but I know more about him on good and bad things. The more important thing is I still love him. He never leaves me alone when I have something bad. He never lets me sleep with crying or being angry. He helps me when I cook, takes care of me like my dad. He makes me happy, makes me laugh, it makes me beautiful. I don't need to show how strong I am like the way I behave to other people. I truly feel he's a part of myself. We are really in the same body. When I saw him upset, I felt physically and emotionally hurt, and I know he has the same feeling like me. Have you ever thought, what is love? I ask myself this question a lot, because I was bad at loving someone, expressing myself. But keep believing about true love, and one day someone will say hi to you. This moment will make sense, all events in your life, and while you are watching my video and thinking about someone, this person may have this answer.